Do you have trouble with putting away the short one, especially the low ones? Today, I'm going to be talking about the footwork of a closed stance approach shot on the forehand. Now, there's a very important footwork component to hitting the short, low forehand, especially when you're hitting an approach shot. When you are at the baseline, yes, it's very important to recognize the ball and go in as fast as you can. That's actually the start of it, and you know that's important. Recognizing and taking that first initial step is very important, but the thing is, when you get to the ball, a lot of players panic and they don't know how to move their feet. Now, just by moving their feet a lot, they think it's a really good thing. But the thing is, when you're actually hitting approach shots, there's a certain movement you have to do. But a lot of times, they don't know how to time this. So they mess up the shot on the hit or on the shot because of the footwork. Now, what I'm trying to tell you today is the close stance. When you get to the ball, you have to do a karaoke step. Now, what is that? I know you've warmed up. If you warm up properly for tennis or any sport that you have played before, you know how to do the Carioca step, right? Again, you need to be able to do the karaoke step to stay turned on the shot. Now, why is that so important? If you open up too early on the shot, now after the karaoke step, you hit the ball and you have to kick your back leg. Now, if you turn or open up too early, your shot's gonna go everywhere and it's not gonna be aligned to where you wanna hit to. Because I can't say any, but in tennis, you have a racket, and the thing is, your target, based on where you're trying to hit the ball to, is lined up to your shoulder. So if you're trying to hit down the line, you should be slightly more closed. If you're trying to hit cross court, you want to open to be able to stay within that line, and your racket face is facing that direction. Now, obviously, you could do other stuff, but that is the general idea. If you don't do a karaoke step as you're going in, you're going to be probably too open, and you're not going to be aligned to where you want to hit to. Now, I'm not saying you don't hit open stance. I'm going to do that video next. But the open stance, it's actually better if you hit an open stance when the ball is coming in quickly. So that's more advanced level. If it's actually slower, it's actually much better to hit with the close stance because you're going to get a lot more spin. What I'm saying is, yes, like open stance, you could get spin, but it's actually the opposite. Because the open stance, you're able to generate more spin, you actually want to use it. It's too much depth, actually. It's a lot to explain. Because you could put more spin on the ball, you want to use it as you're going in when the opponent is hitting a fast low one. So you're generating all the spin and you're using your opponent's pace to hit that approach shot. On the close stance, when it's a slower one, you want to use the close stance to be able to hit a little bit more pace, okay, and generate spin at the same time. I hope you guys could understand because it's not very easy to explain this in words completely. But when you go close stance, the reason why you can hit the ball hard is because you're almost limiting yourself to be able to go all the way through and you're still on target because you're not open, you see that? So you're going to be on target, but you could still pull a lot faster, and that's going to generate more pace and spin when you're hitting that slower one. It's a lot to explain. I don't have to explain that when I'm actually teaching top-level players because the more skilled you are or talented you are, the less explanation that I have to do. So I don't have to give specific directions. Now, if I have to give specific directions, it's good to know with that knowledge and to explain. But a lot of coaches at the top level are so used to coaching top-level players, they don't fully explain everything because they assume that they know that. But here, since I don't know what you guys know, so I'm trying to explain everything, okay? You have to do the karaoke step. Boom. Okay? And it's very important that you kick your back leg as you're doing this so you don't turn around too quickly. Okay? And you lose control. I'm going to show you. Boom. Okay. The high ones are a little bit different, but I want to do lower ones. Okay, this one. Okay? You could actually stay turned as you do it, but right now I want you to. That was actually a perfect one. So you could do a crossover step and kick. Again. So practice it. You don't have to make it too hard. Just gotta work on the spacing. And when you have to do it, initially trigger the karaoke. Here it is. That was a higher one, so that's not good. It's a higher one too. Let's wait for a low one. Here it is. Okay? That was it. That was it. Perfect. So today I taught you how to do the karaoke step and doing the back kick with that approach shot. There's one more component that I want to add, so I'm going to do that video next. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.